How's it going, everyone? It is Andre Williams, and over here we talk stocks and we focus on one thing. Always protect your profits. And today we're going to be talking about CEI Camber Energy. It did have a slight pullback inside the market today. You can see we had a strong sell-off for the market overall. As a whole, I was watching the SPY and I was like, whoa. Things are getting really volatile, but if you've been in Camber long enough, you shouldn't be surprised about that. So we're going to talk about entries, exits, and prices that I'm looking for inside of this video, so I won't waste any more time. Let's jump into the agenda. If you're new to this channel, I just want to let you know we have timestamps down below inside the description. But if you're a shareholder or you're thinking about taking a position, I highly suggest you watch this full entire video. So the first thing we're going to go over is a technical analysis. We're going to be taking a look at the overall price action. We want to know support. We want to know resistance. We want to know those key levels in regards to a bearish case scenario and as well as a bullish case scenario. And then we're going to go on Fintel, taking a look at the short interest information. Are shorts still heavily vested in this play? Does it have short squeeze potential? The reason why this is important to know, because it does have an impact on the way the stock performs. And then we're going to be taking a look at the order flow distribution. We want to know what is the buying and the selling behavior like on the institutional side and as well as on the retail side. And then when all of that is done, we'll be going into the final thoughts and as well as some more details. So let's get to it. So we're going to be doing a technical analysis for CEI Camber Energy. Let's see how it performed on the day. So it ended up closing at $1.30, being down 2.26%. On the low, it tested $1.26, and then on the high, testing $1.41. When we take a look at the volume stats on the day, you can see we traded at 57.219 million shares, and for the average volume over 10 trading days being at 157.49 million shares. So you can see we did have below average volume on the day, and it's part of the reasons why we ended up seeing some pressure on the stock, but we continue to consolidate, and is why I want to make sure you guys keep this on your radar. So now let's take a look at the chart, which is a 1-year daily chart. As you can see from the RSI down below, it's right at 44.27. And then when we take a look at the moving averages on the chart, we have strength above the 100-day, the 200-day. We are right below the 50-day and as well as the 21-day EMA. So I was talking about, as far as support is concerned for CEI, it's still continuing to hold up the $1.30 level. It did test $1.26 on the day, and of course this is not a bad area either. We can see it's clearly been consolidating. Now, as far as seeing a bullish move, I'd want to see it come back to reclaim above the 50-day at $1.45. We ended up testing $1.41, and you can see there was some resistance there. So most preferably going into the open tomorrow, we'd want to see CEI hold up 130 and make that retest above 141 and then reach 145. If there's a lot of volume coming into the play, then I'm going to be looking forward to seeing that move getting past 150. Of course, many traders are going to be taking profits in this area, so this is something you need to understand and be aware of. But if we're able to push, then of course get to the 21-day EMA at $1.61, then of course it's rockets from there, getting to the $1.70 range. So when it comes to this play, you definitely have to make sure you have a strategy, because if CEI does continue to consolidate, like I was saying previously, that's not bad either, because that just makes it pop even sweeter when it's ready to recur. So we're going to take a look at the short interest information for CEI. So we can see here for the dark pool short volume ratio being at 24.06%, and then for the dark pool short volume being just over 8.9 million shares. As we scroll down further on the page, the short shares availability is at 300,000, updated 24 minutes ago, and then for the short borrow fee rate is at 6.41%. As we see further on the page, you can see from the short volume ratio history, it is at 26.73 on October the 25th, and then for the 26th, which was yesterday, being at 24.06. So we can see it has been on quite the decline. You can see it was high as it being at 52.71 back on October the 20th, and now we're here at 24.06. So it'll be very interesting to see what the numbers will be later on in the evening. But one thing that we have to make sure we're being very clear about here, even though the short volume ratio has gone down, it still has short squeeze potential, because normally we look for 21% or higher. So this is why you want to continue to keep it on your watch list, and if you are considering to take a position, you're making sure you're getting the right entry. So now let's get into the order flow distribution. Now let's take a look at the order flow distribution for CEI. So we can see here on the inflow, it was 12,370, and then on the outflow, it was 15,157. So we had an outflow day. So when we take a look at the breakdown, you can see on the large, it was 3,889. Then on the medium, it was 6,150. And then on the small, it was 2,330. When we take a look at the outflow side on the large, it was 5,166. On the medium, it was 7,532. And then on the small, we had 2,460. When we take a look at the large scale orders in the last 5 days, you could see for October the 27th, which is today, being that negative 1,276.57. So when we take a look at this breakdown even further, we had a lot more selling that was happening on the retail side, but we still had a good amount of buying coming into the stock. And then when we take a look at what happened on the medium, again, we had a lot more selling as well, but again, still more demand with people buying. And then when we take a look at what happened on the large, yes, there was a good amount of selling among institutions from the large scale orders, but there also was a good amount of inflows coming into the play. So one thing that is clear, there's still demand for CEI shares, and what I'm seeing in regards to price action looks like consolidation. So now when we take a look at the turnover ratio, we could see here turnover was only at 23.15%. This is not bad whatsoever. CEI is well known for having a lot of traders coming in and out of this play, and things have kind of slowed down a bit, and there are many who are holding their shares. So this is why I say this is consolidation. So on those pullbacks, when it gets to $1.27, $1.28, or even at $1.30, these are not bad areas to look into. I want to make sure I emphasize that. So now let's jump into the final thoughts, and we'll go over some more details as well. So for my final thoughts for CEI Camber Energy, here's what I want to look for going into tomorrow. I want to see it get to the $1.46 level. If it can gain momentum above that, then of course I'm looking for that move to $1.50. Of course there will be resistance there. Traders will be looking to take some profits, but if we end up having a lot more volume than we usually do, then I could look forward to seeing a very strong pop. And this is the very key level that I want you guys to understand and be aware of. As far as entries are concerned, there were many opportunities that were presented. Catching it, whether it's at $1.26, $1.27, $1.28, or even at $1.30, can give you some upside, especially since it did see a high of $1 and I think around 41 cents. So just seeing that type of price action, there is opportunities for traders. When we went on Fintel, taking a look at the short interest information, do understand the short volume ratio has been going down quite a bit, and I talked about that further in the Fintel section. So what this does tell us, yes, the market sentiment overall is a lot more positive for CEI, but it still continues to have short squeeze potential due to the fact the criteria that we look for is 21% or higher. And since it is still above that particular level, this is why you want to keep this play on your watch list. And do know it is a penny stock. It is volatile, and the price action that we're seeing is consolidation. So I'm going to be looking forward to seeing that pop, because we know that buying pressure will come through that play, especially when traders see it and start showing up on screens. If it's able to get past $1.46, make that move going past $1.50, and then it can take off from there. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and we'll be talking real soon.